Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Mini SD, and today we are jumping into Batman the Telltale series. So one of the things that I noticed when you start this game is you get to choose the color of your tech, which plays a small part later in the game, but it doesn't make much of a difference throughout the entire game. So even though it's a fun thing to have, I didn't see it as being a critical item to choose. It was more of just something that appears in the game as you're playing. So here it is, Batman the Telltale series. One thing I was shocked about this game was how violent it got compared to most Batman movies that we see out there. You do not see people instantly get popped in the head first 2 seconds of anything of Batman's. So be prepared to see a lot of people die in this game throughout the game multiple times.
Get it open. On it. Hey, you think he's gonna show? You bring the whole goddamn place down.
Stay focused.
We'll be out of here before anyone can stop us.
Christ.
Move in!
The hell?
Back! Get back!
Gordon. They're on the 52nd floor. I'm going in.
Hey! Wait! Wait for backup!
Don't need it.
Take the stairs.
I heard stories, you know. Sent
They
home
make
in
it
an
almost
ambulance.
sound like in this
The
game
rest
that
in body
Batman
bags, so
hasn't
one
been
of the
around
cops
very
wanted
long,
dead. Hey, you
even
ever seen
though
him?
you can
Yeah,
tell
Gotham Zoo.
that
All
the
the other fly
suit that he's wearing is much more advanced, and later on in the story you're going to see that he has an original suit, so it almost makes it feel like Gordon and Batman never had any relationship at the beginning of this game. Also, another thing I noticed in this game compared to the other Telltale games, it was a little bit better about forgiveness. So if you did not press a button in time, you generally did okay throughout the game. I didn't feel like you got knocked back or had to redo things multiple times, which was a little different, like I said, from previous Telltale games I've done.
Bruce, you can't keep doing this.
I have to. No one else will.
Every drop of blood, everything you've sacrificed. The city is safer now. It's made you a target. And people will keep you in the crosshairs until you're shot
I
out
didn't
of the
realize
sky.
at this point that I didn't press any buttons, so
Strength
we never
and
get to see,
silence aren't
based on
enough
that
to keep you
dialogue,
alive.
what we could have done then. But it didn't make any dramatic change to the game overall, even starting, which has always been a nice part of Telltale games, is some of the conversations you have make a difference, others
Whatever got
don't.
in, don't let it get out. What was that?
Now this brings me to one of the pet peeves I would say in the game, which is this whole like dial thing with your right trigger. You generally have to make it to that circle, and I almost felt like you had no problem doing it ever. So I don't know if it meant, or if it was meant to really be harder, or if they were just trying to make it more interactive. I couldn't really tell, because I just felt like you could have just pressed A, B, you know, X, Y, and been able to achieve the same thing. they did try to do some other things to make it a little harder, but that comes in as you get this Batman symbol, which you see on the left, filled in. I thought this was a cool Batman moment. You had all the villains hung up, Batman jumps
I know you're
in.
trying to create
So
a
just
myth,
like the movies, it's a cool
but be
introduction to
careful you don't
Batman.
turn
You get to
into a
see
monster.
him coming in, taking down the
Sometimes
villains,
you
and
need a monster.
doing his thing, which is always what I've loved about Batman. Is that he's mysterious. He can use all these cool gadgets and take down the bad guys. You can see as you're playing the game that Batman symbol's starting to fill in further and further, and so as you fill it up, at the very end you'll be able to do some special move. And here comes that special moment where he gets to use this Batman ability. So smashes through the helmet, shoots through the door, and you have this slow motion moment where he swings into the guy, which is a pretty cool moment.
Didn't your mother teach you to knock?
Of course, this is the introduction to Catwoman,
Behind
which
you,
is,
big boy.
of course, we all know becomes one of Bruce Wayne's love interests, and it was a great intro to her. I thought this gadget here was kind of cool, just for the fact that it yanked her back up, kind of like Batman, where he has the grappling hook. She has this, like, a thing that attaches to the wall and then pulls her up. Just one of those cool moments in there. Then you have him swinging up right behind her, which was also a cool moment that we all see
intimidating,
from
you're
Batman.
succeeding. Criminals are becoming afraid of you, so are the police.
It's a scare tactic, Al. Just a performance.
Personally, I thought this was one of the
Not a
better
scratch.
fights in the
So
entire game, up until the last episode when
Doesn't
you face
belong
the
to
main
you.
villain.
I was
They
wondering.
did a
if we
really good
crossed
job
paths.
with
You
showing
broke the
that
law.
they're
Here I am.
very
Cut the
skilled
shit.
in what they
The
do.
law.
So
Don't tell me
when you
that's
see
why you do
Batman
all
and her
this.
fighting each other, you can tell they're
Squeeze
a
into
good
a suit,
match for each
tie on a
other.
cape.
Compared
Most people
to a
dressed
lot
up
of
like
villains
that
you're
are
going to
nothing
see in
but-
here, which they don't
Gotham
take a
needs a
lot to
hero.
take down, but they're
Someone
not
to
really
hunt
the
down
main
people.
villains. They're kind of side
So that
villains
makes
until
me
the
what?
overall
A villain?
story comes to an end.
Sounds fun. Gotta admit it though. You give a good chase. One day you might actually catch me.
Tonight.
Don't you know not to corner a wild animal? It's dangerous.
Then let's put you in a cage.
Bring it, Bat.
Now, one of the things that I had a problem with this game, compared to many other TellTale games, is there was a lot of load times, and they were minor, but there was constant like cutaways, and then you would zip forward in a scene. You don't see it as much in this part of the fight, but as you get further in the game, it happens all the time. It's very annoying. Another thing is that we're gonna see is there's gonna be a lot of weird bugs and weird frame rate issues, and I don't understand why that was such an issue in this game, being that I've played so many other TellTale games.
It's over.
I wouldn't be so sure.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was pretty snazzy of Catwoman right there when she attached that and it caused him to go flying off. I just thought that was a cool scene. And then the grappling hook thing we see here is again showing another tool, just back and forth. They're very alike.
Two of them now? Jesus! I got it!
Wait! Do not shoot!
Like, here's that key moment with the Batman symbol where you can do some special things. He throws it, and I thought this was super cool. This little batarang hitting the wall.
Why go to all that trouble for this?
Shit!
A myth can't be killed. You, however, are flesh and blood.
God damn it! I said don't shoot!
No! Wait!
The traditional jump off the roof and save the villain. One thing I noticed through this game is she almost never uses her whip. So you'll see her still Batman's grappling hook, but you never really see that whip used.
Or you'll fall.
Oh, but that's what you crave. The struggle. I know men like you. Bye, Bat.
Step out of the shadows and be Bruce Wayne tonight.
Oh, that's a much harder fight.
Don't let tombstones be your family legacy.
What I did enjoy about this game was the story behind it, dealing with Bruce Wayne's
Time to save the
background.
city.
So they really twisted that compared to the previous movies and other things we've seen out there.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. A humble district attorney like myself is not used to such a ringing endorsement. Even one who cut Gotham's crime rate in half. For too long, this city has burned with corruption and greed under Mayor Hill's authority. But I promise you, a vote for Harvey Dent is a vote to finally put your foot down. And together, we can stamp out the fire
And if you know
save our
Batman,
great
we
city.
all know who Harvey Dent is. So eventually you know where that story's
Only
gonna
Mr.
go,
Wayne,
being that
my
he's trying to get
campaign's
elected
largest
for,
backer, could have heard that
I
applause.
believe,
He would-
mayor of
Oh,
Gotham
there he
City at
is.
this time.
Fashionable
So
and
we all
fashionably late,
know
as always.
what eventually happens to Harvey Dent
Say
is
hi, Bruce.
right before he rises, something bad happens.
Enjoy drinking my wine. It's worth more than most of you.
I'll be honest,
he's-
I kind of
he's kidding,
chuckled at that
everyone.
moment, because that was
No
a
wine is that
ridiculous
expensive.
way for Bruce to enter
Thank you again,
into
everyone,
a
for your
party
unwavering support.
and introduce himself.
Together, we will change Gotham. Mr. Wayne, thank you for opening your house to us. Now, I know this is the biggest mansion in Gotham, but I don't think you got lost on your way here. Where were you? I know you prefer the brooding billionaire angle, so the sooner we make nice with the donors, the sooner everyone will leave you alone.
Just wanted to make an entrance.
Congratulations, you almost missed it. You are a pillar of this city and my campaign. I need you here.
One of the things
tuxedoed
that
and
stood out to
shaking
me a lot in
hands.
this game was
No
Harvey
one came
Dent's
here tonight to
eyes.
see me.
They would constantly
Wanna see
bug
me,
out
Bruce
and like
Wayne, am I right?
pinpoint on things or
Yeah, I
do
can see
weird
him
things
just
throughout the
fine
game,
from
so it
here.
would take
This
me
shouldn't be
away from the
painful.
character
It's not a
because
kidney
his
stone.
freaking
Only a little
eyes would
FaceTime
look
with potential
crazy in this
Your
game.
face, specifically, with a mouth that's saying, support Harvey Dent. We're the grease, they're the wheels. And they're rolling in enough cash and votes to help make Gotham a place for families again.
I'll do anything for Gotham. It's my home.
It's our home. This'll help you too, Bruce. Once I've turned this city around as mayor, you'll be a hero for funding my campaign. Now all I need is a decent slogan. I'm terrible at those. It always makes me sound like a used car salesman. Which, for the record, I have not been since before law school.
All right. How about, our hope is in Harvey?
Look at you. It's not half bad. I'm gonna use that. Bruce, I meant what I said. Together, you and me, we change Gotham. A city free from crime, where children can play in the streets again.
That's what I want too, Harvey, but you know how rough it is out there. We have to shake things up to make that happen.
Well, we can start with a few hands, Come on.
I like that they introduced a lot of characters in this. So Harvey, they're going to introduce Falcone here soon. It kind of got the story started, and of course this leads into your eventual background. You see Penguin there, which is Oswald, who in this story
Wayne, I'd
is
like to introduce you
Bruce's
to
Bob
oldest
and Regina
friend.
Zellerbach. Of course I know these two.
Hello, Bruce.
Regina here is the chairwoman of Wayne Enterprises, and her husband...
Voted for Mayor Hill last time. I'll admit it, Mr. Wayne. I don't know Mr. Dent from a pothole on Main Street, but I trust your family. If you believe in Dent, we believe in you. After all, whoever you support is a reflection on you.
Well, thank you. But we're all here tonight because we want to make a difference. And that's what it's going to take. Every single one of us. Not just me, not just Mr. Dent. Everyone.
Right. Of course.
Old families like ours should flock together, you know, like birds.
You're preaching, dear.
No, it's true. The Waynes and Zellerbachs are reminders of the golden age of Gotham.
This city's luster faded years ago, Mr. Dent. Look at Gotham now. Murder in the streets, corruption in City Hall, that Cape Bat freak dealing out vigilante justice
I mean,
like it's
honestly,
the wild
when have we
goddamn
ever
West.
not
Oh,
heard of
Bobby,
Gotham being in the
regarding Golden
dumps?
Age, seems you're getting cranky in yours. There's always hope.
Forgive me for being blunt, but one man can't save this city. And it's a dangerous mentality to think so. That's how you get creeps like this Batman.
Well, I have to say I side with your wife on this, Mr. Zellerbach. Even a spark of hope can light the darkness.
Oh, an idealist with a bank account. He'll be broke before Election Day.
And I know Bruce would gladly spend every penny he has to fix this city. I don't doubt that for a moment. And don't worry, though. I am not doing this alone. With Bruce's help, we're replacing the dangerously unsecure Arkham Asylum with a state-of-the-art mental health facility to help Gotham's most at-risk individuals. It will be dedicated to Thomas and Martha Wayne, in the hopes that their fate will never be repeated.
After all your parents did for this city, to be killed in a botched robbery in some alleyway, it was terrible. Truly terrible.
A tragedy like that at such a young age, it must have been crippling.
If only that deranged man had gotten the right treatment, maybe... well, I don't like to think
Of course,
about maybes.
as we get further
And
in
I'm
the
sure you
story,
don't
we're going to
either.
find out a lot
Well,
more
Harvey is
why
the
the
one who's
Waynes
been behind the project
family
since day
was
one.
murdered.
A vote for him is a vote for the
Which
memory
was
of my
a
parents.
great twist
You'll have it.
on this story
Thank you.
compared to the
Thank you
normal
both.
Batman story where they walk out of a theater, the guy kills them, blah, blah, blah.
Not saying I doubted you, but that went better than expected.
It is a night of ringing endorsements.
Oh, well, hello. Harvey Dent, Gotham's next mayor, and eager to know you.
Vicky Vale.
not interested, and reporter for the Gotham Gazette.
This is a private fundraiser, Miss Vale. No reporters allowed.
Well, you don't mind if I stay
Keep your
and
eye
ask
on
a few
Vicky Vale.
questions, do you, Mr. Wayne?
I was shocked
Well,
to
you can
find
ask
out
me
who she
whatever
was
you
in the
want
end,
at the press conference
and didn't
tomorrow.
realize
Actually, I'm here
that that's
for Mr.
where the
Wayne.
story would end up.
No, it's all right. You can stay.
Thanks.
Bruce?
This is quite the social event, Mr. Wayne.
Oh, come on now. It's so formal. Call me Bruce.
Well, Bruce, you've
Of course, you
been
can't be
going
Bruce
around
Wayne
pleasing
without
everyone
being a
tonight.
giant flirt in this game.
But how are you doing? You should enjoy your own party before all the champagne runs out.
Well, I'm doing better now that you're here. Well, I'll tell you, if all these stuffed shirts weren't around, I'd give you the private tour.
Mr. Wayne, you've got something on your collar. Is that blood? Yeah. It looks like...
Spilled some wine. It'll come out.
Stick to clear alcohols, Bruce. They never stain.
Awkward, shrugging, silent moment.
Do excuse me, Master Bruce, but another guest has arrived.
I'm sure they'll find the bar.
You may want to greet this one personally, sir.
Carmine Falcone? Is the Dent campaign soliciting votes from Gotham's biggest crime family?
Falcone's never been convicted of anything, except being a businessman who loves this city.
I thought that was an interesting part of the
Excuse us,
story,
Miss Vale.
is how Harvey Dent was kind of defending Falcone. I haven't seen that in other stories, but in here it made it sound like
And what kind of
he didn't
business do
want
you
to
think he's in?
make
The one that
them
controls
be a
enough votes to
bad
get me into
guy or
City
sound
Hall.
like they're a bad guy
This
because
is the
they're
necessary
trying to
evil
help
of
him
politics,
become
Bruce.
mayor.
It's in the service of a better Gotham, for all of us. Look, at least hear him out before you kick him out. Falcone requested to speak with you directly.
Jesus, Harvey, inviting a known criminal to your fundraiser doesn't exactly look good for your squeaky clean image.
Let me worry about that. A word of warning, Bruce? Play nice.
You know, I've been in the market for a new house. Decent walk-up, sky-high ceilings, plenty of room for my cars. I think I'll take it. Though the decor offends my eyes. Oh, man, all flash, no class.
Well, you couldn't afford it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's right.
Come on, Falcone.
He couldn't afford it.
Thank you for welcoming me into your home.
I thought this was kind of a weird moment in the game where they're like, make a decision, shake his hand or refuse, and then everybody's staring, like everybody's going to be paying
know
attention
you are.
to that exact
The guy who's gonna
moment
sell me
you're
his
going to
house.
shake his hand.
Gentlemen, perhaps we'll all be more comfortable in the parlor. Follow me, if you will.
You should know,
Just
Mr.
take
Falcone,
a look at
my
those
analysts say
eyes
we're
on
raising
Harvey.
triple with Mayor
I'm
Hill.
just saying. The other thing I noticed in this game was these awkward, silent moments where the guy is clearly speaking and moving around, but you
You'll be
can't hear
fine out
anything.
there, Harvey. I saw plenty of skirts to keep you busy for a few minutes.
We talk alone. Just you and me. Sorry, Harvey.
Yeah, I'll get a drink or something. Christ.
Yeah, well, that's just like Harvey, huh? Wants to make sure the rules are followed. But in my experience, there's the law, and there's doing what's right. You understand? And I'd rather see Harvey actually help this city instead of just saying he will.
Unlike most people I've met, Harvey actually has integrity. He's trying to make Gotham a better place.
So am I. So are you. Hey, we all carry this city on our broken backs. Might lighten the load if we do so together. I ain't here to chinwag about politics, Mr. Wayne. Gives me indigestion. I got enough of that as is. So, let's talk relationship.
You almost want to wait for that moment for Bruce to say, I'm Batman.
Chalk this for me. Be a pal. I can get Harvey the
And of
mask,
course, I was
or
not
I
going to
can
chalk his
pull it
pool
out from under
cue.
him.
I mean, really?
Whatever happened to being a gracious host? Okay, imagine this is me. And these are all my friends in Gotham. The businesses, restaurants, clubs, docks, unions, politicians. If Harvey gets elected.
Here's one of those awkward silent moments, glitch in the game that came about. I felt like some
why I
of
came
the
tonight
episodes
to
were
your
more prone
lovely
to
home,
having weird
hoping to make a
glitches,
new
graphical glitches, and voice
One who
glitches
can help Mr. Dent see
more
the
than
light.
others. This one, I noticed some, but there are a couple episodes in here that are off the charts bad.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Hey, this isn't a deal with the devil. You listen to me, kid. I know somewhere inside that tuxedo you understand this situation. Money gets money. The risks, the alliances, the hidden costs. Your father knew which hands to shake. And which to break.
I think I'll have someone see you out.
Okay. So that's how it's gonna be. People don't say no to me.
I'm pretty sure he just did.
Not for long.
Master Bruce, your guests are leaving. I recommend seeing them out. You wouldn't want to be rude.
Heed your butler's advice, kid. Oh, and I'm no longer interested in buying the house. The owner's a prick. And he's gonna get what's coming to him.
It's me.
Wouldn't it be nice just to walk in your house and say, "It's me," and everything turns on? I wouldn't mind that. And unlike the other Batmobiles, I kind of like the Batmobile in this game because it's more sporty.
Another brutal week in Gotham, folks. A string of home invasions rippled through the city's already crime-infested East End. Apparently, the bandits are using stolen GCPD battering rams to force their way in, with break-in and entry incidents up 40% over last year. Remember to keep those front doors locked tonight. And we have breaking news tonight. 5 criminals are in custody this evening after a break-in at City Hall. But thanks to the efforts of the Batman, the stolen items were returned.
Not all of them. Let's see what she was really after.
Allegations that Dent may have actually been involved in the break-in.
I felt like a lot of the scenes with the Bat-computer were kind of useless. It didn't really push the story too far along. You kind of just came in here and did a bunch of random stuff, like this files that you see here where you can go in and read more about them. You didn't necessarily need this. I would have probably been just fine without having to read all this background information on these characters. So I'm going to go ahead and skip further ahead so that way we can kind of just get back into the story rather than reading a bunch of backstory stuff here at this point.
He needs your help. He believes that together we can make a dent in Gotham's crime. But it starts
Nearly fell off a building for this?
for Harvey Dent and elect a real crime fighter to Gotham's mayoral seat.
Again, I felt like the back and here stuff didn't really progress the story too far along. You kind of came here, you touched a couple of computer stuff things on here, and then you talked to Alfred, and then you went off to the next adventure. It didn't feel like this honestly pushed the story really far along. It kind of just felt like a really big filler for a lot of stuff.
Wayne Manor has 7 bedrooms, 2 kitchens, a library, a gymnasium, a basketball court, and a movie theater. And yet I always find you here, in a dark, damp cave, in front of a computer.
I'm more at home here than the rest of the house, you know that.
Then we should build an 8th bedroom down here.
Sure, I can see the headlines now.
And honestly, I don't know why they never built a bedroom down here. The guy is constantly down in the Batcave. Build a bedroom.
Did you find out what that...
It is literally a joke now at this point.
In the process.
Every movie has the guy living pretty much in the Batcave. Just build a bedroom.
This is a map of the East Side shoreline. But it could mean any number of things. Money, weapons, drugs, everything flows through that port.
Maybe it's where Mayor Hill picks up his dry cleaning.
Can't make sense of it yet. There's still plenty of files to decrypt.
And in the meantime, I saved you what I could.
Thanks, Al.
Yeah, the same couldn't be said for the bar. I had to literally pry Mrs. Zellerback away. But you'll be pleased to hear everyone has left, including Mr. Falcone. Before the game switched from billiards to cutthroat, I'd recommend leaving the fistfights to your alter ego. Bloodstains are much harder to remove from a tuxedo.
I don't want anything to do with Falcone.
Well, he certainly showed interest in you.
Clearly, the Falcone story stuff is going to be
for the record. Your father,
large part of this episode.
Like Falcone, thought they
You're not going to see a
Gotham's
lot about Falcone
reputation.
as the game goes on, but this episode,
it can again, Bruce.
It's clear that he was going to be the main guy that you're going to deal with.
Helping. Is she new to town?
Never seen her before. Hopefully, she's just a tourist. No, I already checked the codex.
And of course, we know Catwoman is not going to be a tourist. She's going to constantly show up in Bruce Wayne and Batman's life.
Pretty low.
You could learn a thing or two from her. You can't step outside without it ending up in the news lately, as Bruce or Batman.
I stay out of sight when I need to.
Define need to.
Whenever Harvey calls. The guy's exhausting.
Well, after the press conference tomorrow, I'll mark your calendar as exhausted then. The media isn't good for anyone's health. I don't mean to beat a dead argument, but...
No one's gonna figure it out now. Trust me.
Miss Vale noticed your injuries, so did Mr. Dent. If they put it together with the incident at the mayor's office, it would undo all the long nights and close calls we've endured to get here. You're in the spotlight more than ever. You have to be careful.
You're right. I should have canceled the event.
But I know how much pressure you're under. I don't mean to add to it.
It's okay. I know you're only looking out for me.
If we make a suit that fits me, we can trade places some night. Though I'm not partial to height.
Honestly, I would love to see Alfred in a bad suit. Or a suit of some sort that has him crime fighting. That would be amazing.
I thought I saw Oz. It's been, what, 20 years? Last time I saw him, we were in grade school.
Indeed. You two were thick as thieves. Also,
and
however,
if you know who Oz is, he is Penguin. Though he looks much different than you would see in the second Batman movie, where Danny DeVito plays the character. And this character kind of just wears a weird mask.
Unfortunately,
that's about it.
Oswald claimed he only wanted to catch up, but his behavior following his family's collapse is troubling. Why he's returning now, I haven't the faintest idea.
Do you think he might know something about the break-in? This Catwoman shows up around the same time Oswald comes back to town. Might not be a coincidence.
Oswald's crimes, numerous they may be, are on a much smaller scale than robbing City Hall.
Well, he was always trouble growing up, but it's the fun kind of trouble.
You both were. Even though you and young Master Cobblepot used to be close, I'd advise you to be cautious. But I know you can't abandon a good mystery until it's solved.
I'll be careful, Alfred.
When you see what's become of his park, I think you will.
I felt like this whole part of the scene coming into the park, again, filler. Wasn't necessary. They could have just had me walk up, see Oz, or come to this scene in here and kind of have the same things happen. And instead, you have all this filler getting into the park. Again, you have a guy laying on the ground, barely alive apparently, so instead of calling the hospital or, you know, ambulance service, we instead just give him change. That's how we're gonna solve that problem. Give the guy change, let him lay on the floor, barely alive. Don't worry, buddy, that dollar just saved your life.
Great. There's the statue, but no Oz.
Well, of course Oz isn't gonna be there at this moment. No, you're gonna have to get mugged by someone in a park in the worst part of the neighborhood. Look, it's a mysterious shopping cart. What shall we ever do? Oh, look, another one. I wonder what the smoking man will do.
Beat it.
Clearly didn't see that coming. I personally thought this was really funny. They have you look at graffiti, but you can't see a damn thing. And I looked at 2 different walls and never could see the graffiti, so it was absolutely useless. Yet again, another bug that I think I found in this game, and it made me laugh quite a few times when some of these bugs come about. You know what muggers do? They mug people. And of course, our muggers are here.
Watch wallet cash. But this goes through you. Hey, you heard him, man. The hell are you waiting for?
Here's my other favorite glitch in this game. The fuzzy hand or the fuzzy body. Where you can't really picture everything, it's not very clear, but for some reason you look like you're drunk.
Gentlemen!
Oz.
Keep walking, all right? This don't concern you, twerp!
You see, that's where you're mistaken. My old mate and I have some catching up to do. And you're ruining the moment! Come here! Think that'll do?
Now that guy, not getting back up. Just saying. What shall we do? Oh, hit him in the back.
This used to be a nice place. Lowlifes like you don't belong.
I'm gonna be honest, this moment here is pretty brutal. The guy smacks his face, and then he gets his face slammed into a statue again.
This is my park! Mine! You hear that? Oh, hey, Bruce. You've got a little, Yeah, good as new. Woo! That was a right little scrap, eh? Nothing kickstarts the system like a dash of adrenaline, eh?
You didn't need to take it so far.
Some folks are fine hearing, Bruce. Others don't get the message unless it's beaten into them. It's been what? 2 decades?
And you know what? I haven't been mugged once that entire time.
That wasn't why I brought you here, mate. Right now, I am trying to recognize the little Bruce I used to run around this place with. Back when it wasn't, you know, like this. This park?
This whole scene is kind of awkward with the whole bloody, covered face. He just like walks around, talks with the bloody face. I'm like, you didn't think about wiping it at all?
That they were. Yeah. Thought we'd grow up to be kings, I did. Both of us. This city chews right through people. Mum committed to Arkham. Dad ended it himself, he did. My family's fortune. There's nothing left, Bruce.
I know. Alfred told me.
It's funny, huh? Same place that ground my family to dust. Gave you the good life. Used to run in the same circles we did. Hobnobbing parties, round-the-world vacations.
You can tell that this story is going to be the big one throughout, where Oswald is going to be all about getting revenge on the Waynes.
But we are not the only ones suffering. Good to know you haven't changed, Bruce. You still care about something more than just yourself. Although, I was surprised to see Carmine Falcone at your party last night. Made himself right at home. That oily...
Falcone was an uninvited guest. That's it. Never want to see his face again.
On that, we can agree in earnest. Falcone made a stack of cash and corpses a mile high, ruining families like mine. All he needs is a little push. And... it'd be a treat to watch him hit pavement. Sorry, mate. This reunion got a lot more grim than I planned. Things are gonna be on the upswing soon, no? A revolution is knocking on Gotham's door. And I'm here to let it in.
I'm gonna be honest, I kind of wanted to see penguins walking around with him.
Which brings me to
I really did.
Bruce. You see, you throw a rock in any direction, you break a window that Wayne Enterprises owns. As the rich and powerful go, oh, you top Gotham's list. But when my revolution starts, we're gonna smash windows and cross off names all the way down. Like I said, it's not gonna be pretty. It's gonna be beautiful.
I'm not your enemy, Oz.
That remains to be seen, don't it? I've got great affection for you, Bruce. I really do. Which is why I'm warning you. When this whole thing starts, make sure you're on the right side. Good seeing you, Bruce, but I got some rocks to collect. Cheers.
Well, wasn't that a fun reunion?
Mr. Wayne, over here, right here.
This way.
Morning, everyone. Morning, Mr. Dent.
Hey, Bruce, you mind if we swap cars? I mean, mine isn't fast and the paint's rusting off, but boy, does she have charm.
What a funny
We didn't
joke
bring you
that
all out here to
was.
discuss cars, honestly. Now, we're here about Arkham Asylum. Ever since it opened its doors, Arkham has been a breeding ground for the criminally insane. Its methods for rehabilitation, crude. Its security, lacking. And worse still, those who do get out, or God forbid escape, are even more dangerous than before they went in. Arkham Asylum is a cancer on Gotham. But today, with a sizable contribution from this man here, we break ground on a state-of-the-art mental health care facility. One that will improve the well-being of Gotham and its citizens for years to come. Now, Mr. Wayne has a few words he'd like to say. Bruce?
My parents loved Gotham. They invested their blood, sweat, and
Now
tears
comes
in
in
this
the
city.
cool twist of a story that I thought was really
You know, when I
interesting
was
for Bruce Wayne.
9 years old, my parents took me to see a movie about a hero in a mask. It was a hero who stood up to oppression and defended the people from injustice, no matter the cost. That night, my parents paid the ultimate cost defending me from a man who needed the kind of help this new facility will provide.
Such a touching moment here. Let me tell you, it was hard to make a decision here.
With this facility and our next mayor, my hope is in Harvey. To make sure a night like that never happens again.
Today, on the anniversary of that fateful night, we dedicate this facility to Thomas and Martha Wayne and usher in a new era of healing for Gotham.
I'm sure you all have plenty of questions about the new hospital, so let's open it up. You first, Miss Vale.
Thank you. With the opening of this new hospital, what does this mean for Arkham Asylum? What happens to the old building?
I think Arkham has only done harm to Gotham. It's made criminals more unstable, put our citizens in jeopardy. We can do better. All right, who's up next? You there.
Mr. Wayne, Julia Remark of the Tribune. My sources say you welcomed alleged mob boss Carmine Falcone into your home. You even shook his hand.
Again, that whole Falcone shake your hand
I don't
scene at the
make
very beginning of the
friends
game
with
almost felt like
gangsters.
was pointless.
He was an unwelcome guest. That's all. Next question, please.
Please keep your questions on topic, people. We're here about the hospital, remember?
But Mr. Wayne, this morning the Globe received evidence of an offshore bank account managed by Carmine Falcone and your father, Thomas Wayne.
What exactly are you implying?
Transactions connected to organized crime going back years and continuing to this day. The paper trail
Dun,
ties
dun,
your family directly to the
Mic
mob.
drop.
Care to comment?
I don't comment on rumors. Why don't we just stick to real journalism here?
Mr. Wayne, Mr. Wayne, is all your money dirty?
Is the Wayne family legacy built on lies?
Did you know about this, Bruce?
How long has your family been dealing with Falcone? Could the allegations be true?
What aren't you telling us?
Does the mob sign Wayne Enterprises paychecks?
I think you should check your source. Sounds to me like an intern is finally putting their creative writing minor to good use.
Mr. Wayne, Mr. Wayne!
How long has your family been dealing with Falcone? Could the allegations be true?
Did you know about this, Bruce?
What aren't you telling us?
I'm sorry about this, Bruce. I don't know where the hell it's coming from. Damage control's my territory. We'll talk later. Everyone, please, settle down. I'll be fielding your questions from here on out. Please, let's try to keep this civilized.
Bruce, I've been trying to reach you. The police are inside the manor.
Woot woot, got an achievement.
Hey, careful! Put it back.
I'm afraid we can't, Mr. Wayne.
Says who?
This warrant. It's not personal. I had the boys turn the lights off, keep a low profile.
There's gotta be a mistake.
That's what we're here to find out. Maybe we made a mistake. Maybe you did.
Alfred, keep an eye on them. Make sure they only take what they have to.
Of course, sir.
I meant what I said about not personal. We only want files related to Wayne Enterprises. The warrant covers your place, pardon me,
I mean,
places of
that
residence,
sounds pretty personal.
and any company.
Wayne Enterprise.
And what
Your
do you
last
expect to
name.
find?
That's for our analysts back at the precinct to figure out. I can't comment. It's a valid warrant. I gotta serve it. Mayor Hill signed off on this himself. As long as he's mayor, he calls the shots.
Well, Hill has a history of making his opposition disappear.
Rumors and allegations, Mr. Wayne, that's all. But if they become fact, I'll handcuff him myself, same as any other crook. I don't know how your neck ended up on Mayor Hill's shopping block, but here we are.
Hill knows if I go down, Harvey's campaign goes down too.
That'd be a real shame. Mr. Dent's the only DA I ever trusted to make a conviction stick. As mayor, I think he can finally turn things around for us. For all our sakes, I pray you've got nothing to hide.
I love how there's a big old piece in the middle missing, but not on the floor.
Bruce, stay back!
Take whatever you want.
You don't have to do this.
Bruce. Bruce.
I'm almost positive you only see 2 tickets through most of this game, so I don't know what happened to the 3rd ticket.
Bruce?
Oh, look, it's Vicky, once again, showing up randomly.
I didn't mean to interrupt, but...
It's not a problem, really.
Ah, Bruce. First the mayor's office, now Wayne Manor. Gotham continues its streak of break-ins.
Yeah, really going for the record, huh?
Listen, Bruce. A scandal surrounding a beloved family like yours captures the public's attention. I can help you get the right kind of attention. Through my connections at the
Yeah,
Gazette,
she can.
I have all kinds of access.
What's your angle?
Not all reporters just want a headline. Some of us are old-fashioned. I still want the truth. The Gazette received this supposed evidence like every other media outlet, and it's all hearsay. Flimsy sources. There isn't a shred of hard proof.
Still, allegations like this, they don't magically appear. Someone is going after my family, after me.
Obviously, the sender didn't identify themselves. We have no idea who it could be. I mean, no one's even done their due diligence on this yet. The press saw the fumble, they grabbed the ball and ran. Not every day you get to go after a Wayne. By tonight, this scandal will be broadcast to every screen in Gotham. Everyone will be talking about it.
This isn't my first pass through the rumor mill. I know the damage it can do.
Then go on the record. Right here, right now, and stop it. You need to get out ahead of this. Your side is what matters, not wild speculation.
On the record, then.
Whenever you're ready.
Apparently, it took me longer than normal to make a decision here.
The Wayne family has always been a cornerstone of Gotham. We've never had and never will have connections to organized crime.
That's exactly what the people of Gotham need to hear. You're gonna beat this, Bruce. The Waynes always come out on top.
Goodbye, Miss Vale.
I hate to admit it, but everyone smells smoke. A fire is heading this way.
Batman has made plenty of enemies, but my family? We've done nothing but support Gotham, even in its darkest days.
All this on the anniversary of your parents'...
It's not a coincidence. Harvey's the district attorney. He should have told me this was coming.
Then find out why he didn't.
Damn, Bruce got angry real quick.
What the hell's going on? Wait, does this have to do with what the reporters were talking about this morning? That press conference turned into a bloodbath.
Yeah, someone's coming after me.
Let's avoid making another scene, shall we? The press is already up my ass as it is. Mayor Hill authorized this?
Yeah, then the cops raid my house, taking everything related to Wayne Enterprises. Computers, hard drives, files.
Oh, son of a bitch.
You're the goddamn DA, Harvey.
I didn't know about this. I swear. Hill totally blindsided me on this one. God damn it. He has no right to issue search warrants without my okay.
Okay, I believe you, Harvey. Mayor Hill's trying to screw us both over with this move.
And then he's made 2 enemies. I just don't get it. Why would Hill stick his neck out over this? Just to tangle you up in some frivolous investigation? It just doesn't make sense. I mean, what could he possibly hope to accomplish other than a few cheap headlines?
Do you think Falcone could be behind it?
He didn't seem too thrilled after the fundraiser. Oh, God, what a mess. Bruce, I wish I could just make this go away, but I'm not sure if I can. If I get in the way of this investigation, Hill would be able to spin it as a conflict of interest. And that wouldn't be good for either of us. It would jeopardize the entire campaign.
You should probably distance yourself from me.
What? No, I can't do that.
Well, you may have to.
Don't say that. You...
There you are.
Hey, you.
I wonder
Sorry.
who that
I got a
will
habit of being
be.
late.
No.
Hint,
I made
hint.
it.
You didn't tell me you were bringing a friend to dinner.
This is Selina.
I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
Just election nonsense.
I'm Bruce Wayne.
So you are.
Pleasure to meet you, Miss...
Kyle. It's a strong grip you've got there. Don't worry. I'm not gonna fall.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Ha ha
Selena's new
ha!
to town.
What a nice joke
I've been
once
showing
again.
her around Gotham, introducing her to people.
You're an excellent tour guide, Harv.
Well, if I lose the election, I guess I can drive one of those double-decker tour buses around town.
How'd you get that shiner?
Bruce?
It's okay. Money doesn't buy manners, right? I was mugged. I'm just angry I let that masked freak get away with all my stuff.
I still can't believe I let you walk home alone. I should have called you a car.
Did you at least get a look at the guy?
Good enough to make an ID.
I'll get Gordon down to GCPD to work on a lineup. It's probably long gone by now, whatever that idiot took.
I hope not. These were important materials.
Ooh, sensitive?
Very. I don't know how I'm gonna explain this to my client. When things like this happen in my line of work, people tend to overreact.
So, what do you do for a living?
It's complicated. High risk, high reward.
Ah, stock market, huh?
Something like that. At least I'm not the only one who's taken a beating. That press conference? Oof.
We've got it under control.
Do you?
I'll handle it. Someone
Man,
in
look at
my
that
office
angry
has to
face
know
there.
what's going on. Excuse me a moment. Hey, it's Harvey.
The serious stare down begins.
Nice to meet the real you.
Likewise.
This explains a lot, actually. How you can afford the fancy armor, the toys. Wouldn't Harvey be surprised? Not to mention, everyone in this cafe.
You going to play nice this time?
That depends on you. Don't worry. I'm not gonna expose you.
She acts like if she says, Bruce
I'm
Wayne's
curious about
Batman,
something
everybody's
else.
gonna believe it. Because
I do what
that's
I
ever
do
been a
for
thing.
money, but you're Bruce Wayne. What's your excuse? I have to. But you, why take the risk?
I don't need one. I do this because I can.
And I thought you were on some noble crusade against crime. Silly me. You have something that belongs to me. I want it back. This is awkward for me. I'm used to robbing people, not the one being robbed.
As I recall, you took something from me, too. Hope you're getting some use out of that grappling gun.
I'm more interested in how I can use you. These people I'm working for, they don't screw around. If I fail to deliver that drive, it's gonna cost a lot more than money.
Well, looks like you've made your bed.
No, we've made this bed, and I'm not gonna lie in it alone. You owe me. If they don't get what they want, there will be consequences.
All right, you want my help? You got it. What can I do?
You can give me back the drive.
Not possible.
Listen, I don't have a lot of time. My employer is expecting me to drop it off.
Where?
Just give it back.
The address, now.
No, give me the drive.
We all know where this is gonna go. He's gonna
You're
get what
just
he
gonna have to
wants,
trust me.
and she's
I
gonna
don't
send
do
him to that
trust.
location. La 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 la.
I guess I'm screwed either way. My contact. He'll be expecting a cat, not a bat.
When are you supposed to meet him?
15 minutes ago. Better hurry.
Everything okay here?
You tell me.
I have my people working on it. We're gonna straighten everything out.
I feel better already. Sorry, but I've got to run.
So soon? Aren't you gonna stay for a drink?
Yeah, Bruce. Stay for a drink?
Look
I'd
at them
love to, but I've got
eyes!
another appointment, and I really don't want to be late for it.
Oh, all right then. Don't forget to change into your suit.
Alfred, I'm at the warehouse. No sign of Catwoman's contact. It's quiet.
The sound of an ambush. Stay on guard.
This wasn't a handoff. It was a massacre.
How many?
That is an understatement. Look at the body entrails
I'd have
right
to
there.
count the pieces.
Oh my god. Look at the guy just bent over the table.
That's what I'm gonna find out.
You can't make this stuff
Eastside
up. Well,
Docks,
you can.
Warehouse
It's a video game.
133.
But it's pretty crazy looking.
Analyzing. It's a volatile chemical. Potential psychoactive nerve agent. Vile stuff.
Be very, very careful with that. Who knows what effect it may have.
Have the computer catalog the compound for further analysis.
As you wish.
It is absolutely crazy that you just see parts of a body. It's like the body just disappeared, nothing left but his intestines and some body parts. It's kind of like ridiculous. Now, personally, I thought this was kind of cool when we started this, where you can actually go through and you scan what's going on, and it's kind of like detective mode. However, it's kind of unlikely that he's going to be able to like have a virtual way of seeing everything that happened. Like, how would you know exactly how it happened? I don't know, but
I've seen
it's
these
Batman,
outfits before.
and he knows all.
Same
And this takes a
roads
little
that
bit to
broke into
reconstruct,
City Hall.
but it's always fun to watch him, you know, come up with the end story of what happened.
The canister exploded, sending shrapnel right through the container door.
For once, I'm glad you arrived after the heist. Your armor wouldn't have protected you against that.
Looks like a bullet started this.
A normal bullet couldn't have caused that explosion.
Doesn't appear normal. The point of entry's melted. The scrap of metal is from the exploded canister. But I need to know what caused the explosion.
As you can see here, you're going to have multiple items you can select, and then you link them together, and each one tells a little story. Some of them not
Canisters were
much,
stored here.
others are all part of each
Canisters
other. I found that every single item that generally has a link has something to link to. So if they have one on one side, it's got somewhere else there's another link. So it made it seem like there wouldn't be some that have links, but I never really found any that did not link together.
Falcone's calling card.
He's been busy as of late.
Send the drones hunting. I want to know his every move.
Good thinking, sir.
No.
That bad?
Face slashed. Throat torn open.
Yeah, to be honest, it looks like a zombie attacked him. Straight up looks like a zombie just ate his freaking face.
Skyline Club. This man's been badly burned, but the damage seems to originate from inside his skull.
I guess I need to understand that a little better. You shot him in the head, the bullet went into his head, yet his entire face is burned. Not from the inside out, burned on the outside around his whole face. So I guess I don't understand that, but I'm gonna let that one go.
Sensors say it's an incendiary round. Phosphorus residue. This could have superheated the contents of the canister.
Causing the aforementioned boom.
broken nails, bits of human flesh.
Here we go. We're gonna start linking everything. Once it's all linked, you're gonna see it tell a story here in a moment.
Don't think so. No proof.
Find a connection.
The bullet that killed the cop is the same type that blew up the canister.
I'm sure they didn't find that at a local gun store.
It appears military. Shredded this merc to pieces, barehanded.
God, what would cause someone to do that?
The nerve agent could make them psychotic. Something was here when the explosion occurred. Someone drove off after the explosion.
Have you put it together?
Yes. Falcone leaving his rose here. This is a message. Dead cops, stolen chemicals. He's making a big move. One of his snipers hit a canister with an incendiary bullet, causing it to superheat and explode. This may have been a distraction or a way of destroying evidence. Cops moved in to stop the theft. Falcone's men gunned him down. Then things turned grim.
Wait, you're telling me it wasn't already grim with people just shooting each other and another guy blowing up a canister? But then now we're gonna have a guy getting mauled in the face! Look at that face! Look at that guy's face!
Looks like Falcone's men got what they wanted and escaped.
Have you located the shooter?
No, but based on two impact trajectories, the canister and the dead cop, the shooter could only have a clear shot from there, or there, and would have contaminated himself with the phosphorus residue. Program the skimmers to pick up that signature.
Right away, sir.
Both targets could have been shot from here, but no phosphorus trace.
Honestly, I told you. 3 different spots, but it only made sense to either be in the middle or on the left side. Not on the right, to me.
Phosphorus spike. Clear vantage point. We have a winner. time. This is the right spot. So where did he go? Trace stops here.
Then he should be nearby.
Found him.
Time to go to work.
That is literally the worst hiding spot of all time.
My turn. Don't make me add your corpse to this graveyard. Falcone, why did he do this?
I ain't telling you nothing.
They
can't make
always
me
say,
talk.
I'm not telling you nothing, and then they end up telling you in the end. So what's the point of holding out?
Same. Not to a cop killer.
Rather chance them than talk to a clown like you. You trying to scare a confession out of me? I won't break.
Your bones will.
It's true what they said about you. You're a freaking animal.
Honestly, that pipe would hurt really, really bad.
You know you can bleed to death without ever spilling a drop. All on the inside. Tell me the plan, or I start swinging. Tell me!
The Catwoman was supposed to hand over a drive. Had the container number we needed, but she flaked. So we had to find it ourselves. Container by container. Someone must have heard us. Called the cops. We were told no witnesses.
Why risk open war with the GCPD?
Some kind of chemicals. Falcone wanted them.
What are the chemicals for?
We were paid to steal them, not ask questions. Oh, please, don't.
I start here and keep breaking until you answer.
The chemicals! There's some kind of explosive! A weapon! I don't know! Falcone said he'd use them soon!
Used where?
That's all I know! I swear! I swear!
I laugh how they always make the sound of an arm sound like it's breaking the whole time. I've always enjoyed that in games, even though that is not how it sounds when you're actually doing it to somebody and you're twisting their arm or you're about to bend it back.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ. These are cops. Get an ambulance in here!
Think I need to call the coroner instead. It's Montoya. Send the cleanup unit to the docks. Warehouse 133. Hey! Freeze! Don't move!
Stand down, Montoya. No. Thank God. He was about to kill me.
You want to tell me what the hell this is all about?
I told you he was about to kill me. What are you waiting for?
Falcone was behind this.
Falcone, I thought he'd been a little quiet lately.
Falcone stole a shipment of chemicals. Appears to be a weaponized nerve agent. Causes people to go berserk, turn violent. We need to act before he releases it.
I got a task force on it.
You already have one.
You're taking this too far, Bruce. You assume the persona of a bat, but you're not an animal. You beat that man half to death. Your parents didn't raise you this way. And neither did I.
He's still alive, isn't he?
And in the hospital. Next time, it might be the morgue. Especially now, during this preposterous attack on your family. You must show the world the true nature of a Wayne.
Giving everything to the city and then being murdered for it?
My thoughts exactly. Every time you leave this cave.
This is probably one of the most common bugs that I've seen, where it's fuzzy. The characters will appear fuzzy all the time. And it gets worse
like your
as the
parents.
game goes on. I noticed
Don't
in
lose
multiple episodes as you're
I don't
going
mean to
through
be a doddering
that
old
characters will be
fool on the
completely
subject.
fuzzy. You can't tell who
Trust
they
me,
are. It gets
I
pretty
won't
bad
lose
at
my
some
way.
point.
It's quite understandable to stray from the path now and again, so long as you can find your way back. You bury the person, Bruce, but you never bury the memory.
Sometimes I wish I could. That night, that alleyway, it made me who I am. I can't get it out of my head.
That is your gift and your curse. Being Batman can allow you to turn back the tide of treachery that's reached this city's shores, or drown you in its sorrow. When you doubt your fate, remember why you started all this. Remember that boy.
So here's
in
my
the
point
attic.
again. You notice
I
the
won't
tickets.
forget.
I'm only seeing 2, and there was 3 there.
Neither
So
will
I'm
I.
not sure what happened to the 3rd ticket. And then, of course, we'll probably end up with some more
Well,
filler.
back
I'm
into
going to
the
skip
fray
past that when we get to that point, so that way we don't have to worry about it.
Well, looks like that egg finally cracked. And inside, Mayor Hill was hiding more than I could have imagined. This is a complete manifest of Carmine Falcone's criminal organization.
What in the world was Hill doing with all this? Illegal arms dealing, drug running, mob hits, money laundering? Falcone's been involved in everything.
You see Dad's name on any of these documents?
I'll run a search, but so far I don't.
This is it, Alfred. With this proof, we can finally knock out Falcone's organization.
Where would we possibly begin to dismantle it?
This is a police matter.
There's only one cop we can trust to handle this evidence correctly.
Lieutenant Gordon. He could mobilize the entire police force against Falcone.
What about that reporter from the Gazette?
Vicky.
Yes, Miss Vale. She could release this evidence through proper channels. I suppose it comes down to who you want to help most. Or who you think could do the most good.
Of course, at this time, I didn't know where the story was going, so we went with Vicky.
Vicky showed faith in me. She cares about the truth. She'll get the story out the way it needs to be told.
A wise decision, sir. We'll attack Falcone on 2 fronts tonight. Vicky through the media, and Batman...
By any means necessary. Whatever Falcone is planning, it ends tonight.
He's a spider, Bruce. Eyes everywhere. A dense web of goons poised to trap you. No one has ever managed to bring him down.
I haven't tried yet.
This is big. You drop a bomb like this, there's gonna be fallout.
That not even Falcone can survive.
Why give it to me then? You don't know how much I appreciate it, but you're Wayne. You could have given it to anyone.
I need an ally in the press.
After handing me something like this, I'd say you got one for life. Falcone's slippery, but this is enough to hang him out to dry. What this could do for the city, my career, I'm just wondering what the cost is gonna be.
Oh, we'll find out what the cost is
I don't know, Bruce.
soon enough
Falcone doesn't like
in a
bad
future
press.
episode.
If I run this story, I put a price on my head. The next time my name appears in the media, God, it might be an obituary.
I'll protect you, I promise.
Chivalrous, but unnecessary. You're not Batman. I always think, crime in this city. It's a hydra. You cut off one criminal's head.
3 more appear in its place. I know.
Unless we kill the beast once and for all. But who's even capable of that? If we don't act fast, that void will be filled by someone far worse. Wouldn't be the first time.
I backed Harvey's campaign for a reason. Fixing Gotham starts at the top.
Politics to the rescue?
For once, I think.
Doubtful. No matter how good-looking he is. It's a good thing you gave this to me instead of the police. Could end up buried in some evidence locker and not on every screen in Gotham where it belongs.
Public attention. That's what brings down men like Falcone. Not a bullet.
Though after my story runs, he might get that too. I'll be seeing you, Bruce.
It's done.
Good. So is our hunt. The drones located Falcone downtown, a place called the Skyline Club. Although you're not dressed for that kind of party.
Well, I can always change in the car.
Alright, I have to be honest, this was cool. When you found out that the red car is actually his Batmobile and it transforms, I was like, that's legit. Pretty awesome. Probably one of the cooler things in this game. I mean, what literally happened to the bottom of that building? It's apparently just floating in the sky. Yeah.
The drone's cameras and scanning tech are fully functional.
All right. Let's find Falcone. Good point of entry.
I mean, it is a door, dude. Usually going through a door is a good point of entry.
Cameras.
The entire floor is under surveillance. You'll be detected as soon as you enter.
No time for subtlety.
Tell me another.
What's the difference between the Mafia and City Council?
I don't know. Aren't they the same thing?
Only one of them is organized.
What a funny joke, buddy.
So, you alone?
Not anymore, I'm not. Where's Nikki? In lockup. Again? Christ, Kimmy. What did they pinch him for now? Some hit down at the docks. Nikki? No. I didn't think he was a hatchet man. You and me both. Well, does he got an alibi? Honey, I'm always his alibi.
You make your round? Yeah, no broken bones. Still healing from the last time, I bet. All it took was a couple of C notes this time. Nice and easy. Nice and easy, my ass. I know you burnt powder tonight. The whole city can smell it.
The white rose. Falcone's symbol.
A red rose after tonight. Nothing here.
That's the most heavily guarded door in the building.
Gotta be Falcone's hideout.
Well, it won't be as easy as ringing the doorbell.
4 armed guards. Stealth not an option. I'll put together a plan of attack. Stand by.
So, much like doing an investigation, you're kind of using the same concept. You select the enemy, you link them to an object. The object then is something you're going to use in the fight in the future. So, here we're going to link him to the statue behind him, to his left. This one we're gonna go ahead and link him to the table. This one we're gonna link to the pillar. The final guy here, we're actually gonna kick him over, but we're gonna link him to that back wall, which then it kind of looks like we're gonna do something else, but and it actually is, we're just gonna kick him into the wall.
Bruce, have you formulated your plan of attack?
I'm going in.
Very good, sir. Your turn to crash his party.
Honestly, every hit sounds like you are breaking every bone in their body every time you hit them. I have never heard a game do that so much, but this game is phenomenal for making you feel like you are breaking every bone in their body on every hit. That guy died, for sure. He just landed and died.
Goddamn circus freak! Show yourself! You got no goddamn right to be here! I want Gotham! The hell? Oh. How about this one? You can't sneak up on me.
EMP armed.
Yeah. You think that's gonna work? I'm gonna light up this whole goddamn... Get your goddamn hands off of my suit!
Stay down, Falcone. We can end this now.
You got a lot to learn, kid.
Here comes another Batman special move. I thought this one was kind of cool just for the fact that the drone was shooting some rockets and you could see his tech.
You've lost, Falcone.
I'll give you a few more rounds. All right.
The chemicals. Where are they?
What?
I found your calling card at the docks. The White Rose.
You think I wanted to lead you here?
And that's pretty badass, just like any other show or movie they've ever done. Batman always doing the whole hold them above thing, shows his strength and so on. Always like that stuff.
Still want to play games?
We're all being played here, including you. Those chemicals you're so riled up about, they're mine, all right? But someone is trying to cut me out of the deal, because I did not make that mess at the docks.
Then who did?
No, we're done. Gotham's watching now. Go ahead. Give him a show. I'll be
Anybody that's a Batman fan knows you're gonna end up saving the dude, because if you don't, you're more of a villain than they are.
Spill it, Falcone, while you still can.
It's the Waynes. They're behind all this.
What do you mean?
You wanna save this city? Well, the Waynes are the biggest gangsters in Gotham.
Dun dun dun! The big twist.
Thanks for the assist. Now we only have to take one of you down. Open fire!
Fire and smoke could reportedly be seen from street level. Tonight, the Skyline Club, a high-rise mafia hangout in downtown Gotham, was the arena for a clash between the notorious Batman and alleged mob boss Carmine Falcone, who was found dangling over a 50-story drop. Bet Falcone loved that view. Though I'd say the crime boss getting his is well overdue, Falcone has slipped through the law's grasp for years. But after this dramatic arrest and a stunning expose by Gazette reporter Vicky Vale, Falcone's going away for a long, long time. And speaking of newly uncovered criminal dealings, this brings me to the story everyone is talking about: the Wayne family. For generations, the big W on the Wayne Enterprises Tower was a reassuring sight. You knew that there was something pure at the heart of Gotham, that this city, for all its faults, was built by good people. But with Thomas and Martha's shining reputation called into question, we no longer have such assurances. And even worse, it seems the apple hasn't fallen far from the tree. Gotham's greatest son, Bruce Wayne, seen here shaking hands with Carmine Falcone, may be just as crooked as his parents. In his defense, Wayne fired back saying,
"The Wayne family has always been a cornerstone of Gotham. We've never had and never will have connections to organized crime."
In a world where the Waynes, our golden family, are corrupt, who are we left with? Who can Gothamites look up to? The supposed hero Batman? Only time will tell. Meanwhile, we'll keep digging for the truth. But the prominent feeling throughout Gotham is that the Waynes' time in the sun is ending.
At this point, if it wasn't for the fact that I have all the episodes in a row, this would have been a great cliffhanger for the next episode. Just for the fact of the way it ends, and that you're stuck there waiting to know what's going to happen next. Great ending.
Because I didn't want any
Couldn't
more
wait
innocent
until to
people
play the
to
next
die.
episodes. Now, with that said, everybody, thanks for watching. I appreciate all the support. Make sure to hit that follow button and watch for my next video that'll be coming out later this week. Have a great day.